Today I will be showing you something about integrating hardware with FileMaker. If you want it to easy to use for the user so that it's completely foolproof, if you want it easy to implement, so instead of thinking about the API, learning things, if you want to just take a script steps, put it into your solution, and the script step says read the barcode or read the RFID, then the way to do it is through a plugin that someone with experience has developed it. This is what we do, and I will show you what the benefits are, and I'm going to show it to you through this demo. Interesting thing, although more complicated, is connecting digital scales and medical devices. And again, the implementation on FileMaker side, there are basically two parts. One is connecting to the device. This is the script that connects the QID Mini RFID reader, and the second part is here. It tells the plugin what script to run when the reader scans a card. So when I just hold the card near the scanner, it will run a script in FileMaker. As FileMaker developers, can you imagine how easy this implementation is? You just use one script steps to connect, another script steps tell them tell the plugin, this is my script that shall receive the RFID, and that's all. And then you have a script which receives a parameter and you can process it. No dealing with layouts, special fields, everything just this simple. One customer that we talked to about scales actually uses FileMaker to mixing food supplement recipes. So that in FileMaker they have recipes, they have ingredients, and they have a digital scale connected to the computer, and FileMaker tells them more, stop when they put on the ingredients, and they mix it together and get the food supplement. So now I will put it on the scale, and it will show the actual weight of the card. And now I have verified it has the right weight, it is the right card. The RFID stands for radio frequency identification. The ultra high frequency is great for mass scanning because it can be read from up to, I think, 10 or even more than 10 meters. So it's also used, similar thing is used for identifying goods in shops as a theft protection, and it's great also for inventories. When you have like a box which has 100 pieces of something, with all those RFID tags, it is possible to scan everything inside the box without opening it. So that's a great application for UHF RFID. Another thing is gates. You can have a gate, you can have antenna around the door, and when you bring something out or in through the door, everything gets scanned automatically. So I have this iPhone here with RFID scanner. So I hold the card here, it scans the card and shows me what it is. So the last thing is the cashier station. Again, this is a integrated barcode scanner and NFC scanner, and also magnetic card scanner. You see that there is a laser scanner here working. And again, by pressing this button and scanning the barcode, which I can do here, it beeps and it immediately runs a script in my application to process the barcode. So for instance, when I have the two cards here, this is the example how fast I can scan the barcodes. Payment terminals, this is fresh. Last year in Liechtenstein, I was showing payment terminals and was saying that we are working on implementing them. Today I can show it to you. I will scan the barcode. Now I will swipe the card, the payment, and on the printer you see a receipt coming. And it's showing what I have purchased. I paid by card. There's even a QR code on it. On the printer side, we talk to the printer with directly using the SDK of the printer vendor. So again, instead you don't have to design a special layout. You can just tell the printer what to print. And specifically the receipt and label printers are more reliable when you supply native data to the printer rather than trying to print from the layout. Another bonus is mobile payment system. So the implementation of payments here in Europe is done by the application telling the terminal how much to charge. The terminal then takes care of the whole payment process, and once the transaction is finished, it tells back to the application whether it was successful or it failed. There is also a requirement for the application that when the transaction gets interrupted, the next time you start it, it needs to be finished or cancelled. So the companies who provide these services also require the application that you build to be certified, to be complying with the regulations. But the point is that in the end, you get two devices. You can even stick the reader to the iPhone backside. So here I have a sample application where I can use as a cashier. I can charge, let's say, 42 Czech crowns. Tap proceed. Now you see transaction is processing, and on this device it asks me to pay. So I will use my Apple Watch, process the payment, and you see on the iPhone the transaction was successful and I get a receipt. Again, all in FileMaker. So if you have a system which only thing it's missing is processing payments, with our plugin it's easy to implement, to run on iPhone, and you can have your clients able to process payments. Now, bonus number 3. I have several times mentioned that we are using plugin, and we are using it on iOS. And you probably know that FileMaker Go cannot have plugins because it's an application you download from App Store, and you cannot install plugins to applications from App Store. What Claris does is they provide iOS App SDK. iOS App SDK is basically core of FileMaker Go, ready as a template which you add FileMaker file to, and you can build an app from it. The problem for average FileMaker developer is you need to download Xcode, you need to learn how to use it. When you try to build it for the first time, you will most probably fail. Then you will scan a long list of error messages and try to find out why it failed. So to bypass this problem, we have built a tool which is called Xcode. It's an online application. To use it, you need to go through a setup process that you wouldn't need to go through for using iOS App SDK anyway, because to build an app, you need to have Apple Developer Program account, which you can get in 3 different flavors. You can get Enterprise Developer account, Individual Developer account, or Organization Developer account. And if you want in-house distribution, if you want to just install the result application to your devices, you have to get the Enterprise Developer account, and then you can completely bypass App Store. Then we will need about 1 to 2 days to set it up. So once you have this set up, this is the process of building a mobile app from a FileMaker app. You just log into our online tool, you drag and drop the FileMaker file there, it uploads. Once it uploads, or even before it finishes the upload, you upload the icons that you have for the app. If you need to use a plugin, and this is the moment where it comes interesting, because for all these hardware integrations you need to use plugin, you can just drag and drop the plugin there, hit the build button, wait a few minutes. It usually takes around 5 minutes to build the app in the backend. It's actually using the iOS App SDK and Xcode in the backend, but it's completely automated with our scripts. And once the application is built, you will get a link. On that link there is a web page with an install button, and if you load that page on an iPhone or iPad, you just tap the install button. This is specifically with the enterprise distribution. This is the way how you can distribute the app. So you just hit the install button, and then within a moment the app is installed on your device and you can use it. And it's a FileMaker app you built with FileMaker. You have not touched any other development environment, and it runs natively on iPhone or iPad, even with plugins. That's all for now. I would like to thank you for watching this video to the end, and because I value your time you have spent watching it, let me give you 30 minutes of my time in return. Just use this link and schedule one free 30-minute consultation. I look forward to talking to you.